a little skeptical about meditation by itself, that's going to solve people's problems. I know a lot of people in the Buddhist movement and yoga and Hindu movement as well, and other kinds of mysticism, they act like, oh, if you meditate, everything will be fine and cool. And I don't actually agree with that, and the Buddhist tradition traditionally doesn't agree with that, actually. They say there's three: what really saves you from suffering, and what really brings you into proper relationship and compassionate living in the world, is wisdom. And wisdom means the knowledge of your own and the world's reality, and what they call selflessness or voidness. But voidness just means your relations, that you are completely related to everything in the world. It's actually the discovery of relativity, way ahead of Einstein, is what voidness really is, rather than some sort of blank state. And it means being each relative thing is devoid of any absolute core, is what it means. So that means they're all interrelated, and you are all interrelated, and I'm interrelated, and that's what it means. Now, in order to achieve that wisdom, you do need meditation. But if the meditation is going to enable you to achieve that wisdom and that compassion, it first has to be preceded by learning. You have to learn what's wrong with one's worldview, and why does one have a view that seems to fit with a view of being isolated from the world and separated from the world, and in opposition to the world, actually, in sort of stressful conflict with the world. What's wrong with that view? That's where the learning comes in. You get the teachings of the Buddha, the great masters, Nagarjuna, Sangha, and eventually the Lamas and other great Buddhist masters also from other cultures. And once you learn that, then you have to critically reflect, and you have to doubt. You don't just believe what the teacher says. You have to doubt and think critically in your own mind, like in a discursive way, which is, you could call that a kind of meditation. You deeply think about the meaning of what you've learned, and you think about the disparity between what you've learned about your interconnectedness and what your previous idea is about your separateness, which is what most of the world's ideologies support, this delusional feeling of I'm separate and I'm more special than the world, which is the basis of egotism and of suffering. And so then you critically reflect. And then third, after you've done those two to a deep degree, when you meditate, this meditation will open you up, and you will open your mind to feeling your interconnectedness with the world in such a way that your compassion will be effective and in helping others, and your wisdom will be effective in helping you feel better, and you feel freer, and you feel happier. So that is where it's at, So in that light, the first thing and the last thing is connecting to other beings. If you just meditate, if you have a worldview, that the point of the meditating is to learn how to go into the silence, to get away from it all, to find a place of pure oneness where nobody is present. Some kind of nothingness, misunderstanding about emptiness means nothingness, and you're going to get to that, and then you'll all be peace and quiet in there. That's a kind of trap, actually, and from the Buddhist point of view, and that's an uncompassionate aim that is apart from the world. And the main thing is that even when you get to meditating, having learned, you are seeking this wisdom for everyone's sake as well as yours. That makes it a universal vehicle of bodhisattva activity. Your meditating is with a motive to do it for others, which gives you much more power in it and makes it a Mahayana meditation. And then, the more you are, the more you realize your true nature, the more you realize how interconnected you are with everyone, and you begin to feel their feelings, and you begin to feel, therefore, true compassion for them, equal to your compassion for yourself. And so, there really should be no dichotomy between being patiently, generously, justly, nonviolently connected to the problems in the world and working actively to help them, and meditating about that to be able to do that more effectively by being more wise. Those two things should be totally interconnected with each other. And, if there's a need to go out, to occupy some place, to draw attention of people to some people who are being abused, or some injustice, or if yourself is being abused injustice, go out there. But then if you find you're becoming angry out there, you're becoming impatient, intolerant of the other people, you're becoming frazzled too much, then withdraw, and then reflect about it, and meditate about it, and try to see the point of view even of the bad guys, and don't hate them, and don't be angry with them, but still try to bring their attention to what they're doing wrong and how that's going to affect them in the future. And you go back and forth in that way. That's how to do it. You know, there's a French expression, reculer pour mieux sauter, which means you draw back in order to jump higher, you know, or to jump better. And that's all meditation is, really, because we are totally interconnected with each other. We are all interwoven, relational beings. Never try to meditate as a way of getting away from things. You meditate in order to be more fully present to everything, and more, you know, you seek wisdom in order to generate compassion. When you want to generate compassion, you then realize you need more wisdom.